This is Stephen Cassius for IFL TV. We're in Sheffield here at the Sheffield Ice Arena. With me, I have got Dave Coldwell, promoting the show, Pride of Yorkshire. It's been a great night here, I have to admit, and the venue here is probably the best venue I've seen you promote a show at.
I think so. I think it's brilliant. It's a brilliant venue. You know, it's quite a new venue. I think it's about 5-7 years old, something like that, and it's fantastic atmosphere. You know, the setup of it all looks great. It's not a small old show like people keep saying. Do you know what I mean? Small old boxing. It's not. It's a little arena. You know?
It's bigger than York Wall.
Well, there you go then. There you go. But it's been absolutely bouncing in here tonight. It was completely sold out. Totally sold out of tickets. Great fights, great atmosphere, and some serious balls on display tonight. Some serious balls.
Let's start with your main event. Nav Mansouri and Matthew Malin, after the first fight, declared a technical draw. It was good that they got the rematch, if you like, if you can call it that. But
well, the first fight it was over before it started really. They ruled a technical. It was ruled a head clash, but Nav caught him with a left hook. You can see it on the Coldwell television app. It was a cut, but never mind. It's one of those things. So we did say, right, let's get it on again, and we put it on. And what a classy display by Nav. I mean, the last time he went out like a lunatic, and we did say, use your class. Don't go out like an idiot. Think about it, what you're doing. And he's gone out there and he's put on a serious good display. The thing about Nav as well is he switches off a little bit and he plays the crowd a little bit. That makes it an exciting fight, because the way that he started, that was never going to be more than a 3-round fight. But then playing to crowd, wanting to put on an exciting fight for his fans, and he started taking a few little shots, and things like that he can't get away with at a higher level. So he has to rein himself in a little bit, stick to the class, stick to the slick moves and the sharp punch picking. That way, I think he's definitely a British champion. The other way, where he switches off and starts having a ding dong, then you don't know, because at a higher level, I don't think he can get away with things like that.
how far do you think he's away from a crack at Liam Smith?
I'd put him in it for a British title now.
Yeah.
Like I said, there's two things. If he's the one that's in control of when he decides to stand and gunsling and come out with his hands low. If he takes that away from himself, I think he's going to be a great shout at beating Liam Smith. It's a big shout, that is, and a lot of people think, what you're talking about. But I know the kid inside out. He's tough as nails. He's a sharp shooter. He can punch a little bit. He's not the biggest puncher in the world, but he's class. And take away his excitement, and he can. I think he'll beat Liam Smith. If he stands there and has a row with him, with his hands loose and his hands down by his side, Liam Smith's a very good fighter, and I think he's a rapidly improving fighter. So in that way, I don't think he beats him. He's got to be strict in his game plan. He's got to be strict in his mentality and stick to a game plan in order to beat Liam. Now, what could happen is that Liam Smith could make another defence against somebody else. By the time I want Nav to go mandatory. There's no way that we're going to sign away millions of options for him to challenge for a British when he's that close to becoming a mandatory. So I would like him to get a mandatory. By the time a mandatory is due, I don't know what the situation is when Liam's next mandatory is, but I think he needs one more defence and he keeps his belt, in which case he might get one, keeps his belt, moves on to something bigger, and then Nav can fight the vacant against whoever. I'm not interested. I think Liam Smith's the best guy out there. An easier option is if we got a shot against somebody else. But if Liam's the champion and Nav gets made mandatory, then we go for that.
Fiddler and Noble coming out on top.
Yeah.
97, 94, I believe the points were.
Yeah, I thought it was a bit wide. I thought it was about rounding it, to be honest. I thought, don't get wrong, I thought we could have lost it. I thought Noble just about edged it, probably because of the knockdown. After 3 rounds, I don't know if it was 3 or 4, I can't remember. But after about 3 or 4 rounds, I said to Spencer, stood at the side of me, there's no way Fiddler's getting back in this fight. Just Noble looks so much stronger. He looked a different level, to be honest. And I thought, there's no way. And then Fiddler just bit down on his gum shield, dug in, and just fought on pure heart, guts and determination. And pulled himself back into the fight and made it such an exciting fight. And then what you got towards the end of that fight was just two honest pros who don't get the big fanfare, that aren't shit-hot prospects, showing people and showing fans what boxing's about. You know, they put everything on the line for our entertainment, and what a fight.
Another win for Maxie Hughes. I think that's the third on the bounce now since the defeat to Scott Cardle.
Yeah, his first one at super featherweight.
Yeah.
When Gary Lockett said to me, we're going down to super featherweight, what do you think? I was like, really? He went, Dave, this is a super featherweight, trust me. So I've just left it to Gary. I really rate him as a trainer. You know, he gets the best out of his fighters. So when Gary Lockett says to me, you can do super featherweight, I says, all right, off you go. And he come in yesterday at 9'6", and he looked at him at the weigh-in. It looked like he did when he was weighing 9'9" and 9'11s. He looked in great shape, and he looked well in the ring as well. The opponent, I'll be honest with you, I was a little bit disappointed in. He was 8-3, won his last 6, 4 out of the last 6 by knockout. So I thought it was going to be a little bit more of a test for Maxey. As it turned out, when the guy got in the ring, in fact, Gary said to me at ring, I'm bigger than him, which is saying something. But I was a little bit disappointed in that. But you can't win it. You know, you can't win it all. You can't get the right matches all the time. But what it was, we offered it to Simpson. He wasn't ready for February 7th. Gary Sykes has got a British title shot coming up. Kays has got a fight coming up. Who else did I offer it? I offered it for Troy James. Troy James, his man said that it needs to have something online. I wanted Maxie in an 8 for this one. So maybe next time a 10-rounder, we might be able to get on with Troy James. Them sort of fights, top 10. You know, I even asked Jamie about Steve Foster Jr. But he was out. So I'm looking at them sort of names for Maxie now. He wants big fights, he wants a test. So I'm trying to get hold of them sort of fighters. Whether it happens next or not, I don't know, because it's all about what their schedules are as well. A lot of those guys, like I said, they've got big title fights coming up, or they're in line for a big title fight, or eliminate or something. So hopefully we can do something at super featherweight, maybe over 10 rounds, maybe Troy James, be a good fight.
Not your fight, about Harun Khan.
Yeah, Khan.
What did I call him?
Harun Khan.
Harun Khan. Sorry, Harry. Harun Khan fighting on the bill tonight in his fourth professional outing, fourth professional win against Francis Crowe. I pronounce his name right. Crows, I think. Good to get him on the bill. Yeah,
nice to get him on bill. Adds a little bit of flavour, doesn't it? Getting a Khan on bill. He's a big prospect. He's been well talked about, and he's got class. He's a good fighter. He's a very good fighter. I think he now needs to fight a higher level of opponents. Francis Crowe's a tough bastard, but I think Harun needs fighters that aren't in there to give it a go, but in there expecting to win. And I think that's what's going to push him on to the next level. What I have got to say is, it's the first time really that I've spoke to Saj and had any dealings with him or anything. And you know what? He's a really nice kid. We've got on fine. They've been so easy to deal with. And he's a great kid. So it's funny because Twitter
doesn't represent what he's actually like.
Twitter can give a false perception of people. I suppose a lot of people say the same thing to me about Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury on Twitter looks terrible, and he looks like somebody that you think, fucking hell, I don't want to be engaging in an argument or a conflict with him. But everybody tells me he's such a nice guy, a really nice guy. I've never really met him, I never really spoke to him. But Saj,
Saj and Kell Brook come face to face today for the first time.
How did they? How did that go?
Yeah, it went alright.
Alright.
It wasn't for camera, but it was alright.
But that's what I mean. Listen, at the end of the day, Saj is going to back Amir's corner because he's his man. Yeah. And so there's always going to be that conflict between Kell Brook and Amir Khan, Kell Brook and Amir Khan. It always is, until they fight, until they settle who's the best, that's it. But like I said, it's the first time I've had any dealings with him, any sound. We had a chat at the weigh-in yesterday, and we'll have a chat here tonight. And obviously dealing with the fight, I've dealt with him for Rooms Beyond here, and been brilliant. Straightforward to deal with, straightforward when it came down to tickets and the money and everything. It's sound. So my perception of Twitter Saj now, when I see him going off on one, I will know that it's like
Twitter shit.
it's Twitter shit.
Overall, are you pleased with your other boys on the show Dave, tonight?
Yeah, listen, I'm over the moon with the show. Rod Smith had a great learning fight.
Got the knockdown in the first round by Max Maxwell.
I think they think that you can just walk forward and just throw a million punches and you walk through everybody. You can't walk through everybody. Max Maxwell. The last thing that I said to Rod when I got out of the ring is, don't be careless with that right hand. He can punch with that right hand. The right hand done him. You know, Max can punch, and you've got to give him that sort of respect. You've got to give respect the level that he's boxed at. And it's a great learning fight for Rod, and you know, I want to step him back into you know, good level of competition again next. Kids like Ryan Aston are really rare. Rod wants to be fighting them sort of fighters, so let him fight those sort of fighters. If he can beat people like Ryan Aston, I'm going. Thanks a lot, mate. Nice one, dude. See you later.
Why do I win this? Can't ever.
Do you know what? You look better on Coldwell television because you ain't got no makeup.
You know why? Because it's not HD.
It's natural. It is.
What?
We're HD. Yeah, we filmed in HD.
HD.
Jamie.
I'm always bumming. Don't you worry about that.
Yeah. So Rod Smith, you know, I'd like to step him up again now and push him on. He wants them sort of fights, and he apparently they said to me that he couldn't really get up for this fight. They didn't want a tough fight to start off with. They didn't want another title defence or anything because he came off a tough one with Cameron. It was Christmas and everything, so they just wanted a standard sort of 6-rounder. But then into his training camp, it was like, well, he found it difficult to get up for. So I think he only gets up for the big fights and big names.
All right, well, Dave, listen. When is your next one?
March 8th, Bowlers Manchester, Full of Duty. Ryan Doyle against Michael Ramboletza, which will be a right fight. We've got Liam Hanrahan, Liam Conroy, Jack Catterall. We've got all the guys on there. Sam Hyde, who's making his debut. He's gone phenomenal on his tickets. So I'm looking forward to that show. That show's me about him. Tonight was a complete sellout. It's not often that you can say you've had a complete sellout, but you know, I'm absolutely buzzing with tonight.
All right, Dave. Listen, thanks for talking to me.
Thank you, IFL TV, for coming up to Sheffield to a cold boxing event. I
No
appreciate
problem.
that.
I will give you a little shout that you've covered our expenses to come up here tonight, because it's only
well
fair.
worth it.
It's not a secret, like I said. You know where he does it, and it is what it is.
It is what it is. End of the day, you know, you're giving us exposure. Between ourselves, we're grafting away, trying to, you know, show people what we do. Things that you do for us as well, giving the exposure. It's massive. You know, you've seen the show tonight. I'm not being funny. That would grace any television show, but we keep doing it and people keep talking about it. So I'd love to get hold of a TV deal.
All right.
Photo bomb. Sorry, excuse me.
Another photo
Dave,
bomb.
well done. All right. Good show. See you later. We'll have
Dave,
some food.
the battery's just running out.
Cheers, mate.
Thanks for talking to IFL
Thanks a lot.
TV.
See you
I'll catch
later. See
soon.
you at the next one.
Thanks a lot.